need your help tonight to make this sure that this works and to make sure everybody's as happy as they possibly can be.
Yay!
So first of all, we want to welcome you to our biannual town hall meeting. We've been doing this for about twice a year for 12, 13 years. This is a very good turnout. We're very glad that all of you are concerned and care about the candidates that are going to be speaking later. It's about some simple issues that are going to be presented tonight. Normally we don't do some ground rules, but tonight is a special occasion where we invited the candidates. We've never done that before. Always thought to, but was too chicken to. So this year I decided, let's give it a shot. So I invited all the council candidates that I was aware of, and they will replace the main speaker in the second half of the program. My goal is to be objective, as well as you will be, and provide the opportunity for them to speak. I will not recognize council by name, but I might recognize them by their name, as in Alexis. On the agenda items, on the candidate talk, or on agenda items, I won't let the candidates ask a question, nor will I let their managers know to ask a question if I know who the managers are. I want it to be very non-political as much as it can be without being screwed up, basically. So we want to be fair. So we want to introduce a few people that I recognize, and if I leave you off, I apologize and just yell your name. So Rita Oglesby's here. She's the wife of the mayor. I don't see Wendy, but she was going to be here, so if she shows up, she's here. Ruthie Watts, the matriarch of the city. Not here. Diane Nielsen, who's the president of FOSFA. Alex Miller. Danny Russ. Mike Moeller, he's from the city of Marina. He's a candidate in Marina. And when guys really don't, that's great for Marina. But I could say it again. Anybody else that Jonathan is here with the airport district. He's there. There's a whole lot of people here tonight, so please be patient with me and with each other and whoever who's speaking, okay? So I just want to make sure that we're very acceptable, appreciative, and let the program go as it's such. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so moving right along, we have Dave Awards, which we recognize people that I believe, or rumor has it, that do really good things in the community. Many of those in this room have been recognized for their things that they make a difference in Seaside. So, here we go. This award winner has been an advocate for Seaside for decades. He's a member of Sustainable Seaside. He's a board member of the Friends of the Seaside Parks, on the committee to ban fireworks, and participating in countless meetings on development of Fort Ord and many major issues. He single-handedly, like Superman, promoted the service road at Mescal Neal Park, underground water tank, picnic tables, benches and tables. He's also well prepared when he speaks with a purpose to achieve his goal. He works in numerous parks throughout Seaside, and he's always present to help residents to make Seaside better. This award goes to Roloff. Roloff!
The money. Thank you. They'll repair my streets.
No, it won't. Okay, this award goes to a young lady who actively works with youth in our school district for the Wellness Wednesday digital market and graphic design, plus volunteers at the Helen Rucker Center at CSUMB. She's a founding member of the Monterey County Black Caucus, and her unwavering dedication to advocacy and power continues to make significant impact through the community youth and advocacy. She does a great job. We've seen her all over Seaside. This award goes to Daje Robinson. I know your uncle. Odette.
No.
No, you're not. I was told you was that. They lied to me.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. There's an award that we dedicated 4 years ago about that was to somebody that was like a hidden gem. Dog park, Finch's house, visited people to fix their kitchen, and no one ever knew about it. It was a secret. So we call it the Bob Constant Award. It's an award to a special person that gets things done quietly and behind the scenes and goes out of her way to help people and always present when needed. This young lady has a history of making life better for Seaside and the larger community. I'm looking for it, I don't see. Oh, okay. She's on the board of the Monterey Bay Blues Festival and Community Partnership for Youth, currently serving as historian. She is a fan of music, especially blues, and always assisted me in the blues venues. She has mentored countless youth with her care, dedication, and commitment to Seaside. She's always positive with her highlights of youth in Seaside. She's always a positive person that makes all of us better. This award goes to Edie Ellis. Next time. Hey, thank you. Sherry says thank you. You have to listen.
Yes, you have to listen. Thank you.
Can we get some more chairs, sir? Can we get some more chairs? Do you have any?
Standing room only?
Some of these, well, this especially is my opinion, nobody else's opinion, but that's okay, just so that you know what's kind of going on in the city. But the first one especially, it was, anyway, I'll just say it so I feel better. This is regarding the city budget. And no, at our budget sessions, like there's 6 people there. That is the most important document in the city. Every year I kind of say, we need to be there because that's the Bible. If you believe in the Bible of God, you should believe in the Bible of the budget, because that's where the change agent happens within budgets. So I encourage you again to be there. So the city has a balanced budget. We used our reserves to balance the budget at a cost of approximately $1.5 million. I voted for the budget, as we all did. But again, just my opinion. I did push for an entry-level position for parks because we only have 14 positions in parks and streets. And those people take care of the streets, the sewers, the water, the maintenance, the medians, anything you see that's infrastructure, they take care of it. Plus, in this budget, we've given them 15 more assignments with the neighborhood improvement monies, which is significant. So, 1980s, when lawn was green in all of Seaside, there was 30 people. So we have lost 2 more people in the last year. And that's tough. So when you look at something not being maintained or grass not being cut, it's because you got 14 people taking care of the city. They also take care of the special events. They also take care of, somebody wants a desk moved in their office, they take care of that. They also take care of paying the city infrastructure as far as buildings. They just do a ton. So that's why I supported it. But we're going to bring it back. Any participation, encouragement of the city fathers or mothers, please, if that's important to you, we got to protect our infrastructure. Then it takes more money to bring it back to where it is. But that's just my humble opinion. Upcoming in the future council meetings, we will be discussing fee increases for city services. That's anything that they're going to inspect, from water heaters to putting up a staircase to pretty much anything you do in your house. As also development issue, as also new businesses. They're going to increase some fees, they're going to reduce some fees. I'm just speaking for me, and I think only me. The cost of living, the housing, everything is way too much. I think we need a breath of air before we can continue increasing fees, because it's really, the cost to live here is so monumental. And with the administration way above us in the federal government, we don't know how much you're going to pay for gas, how much you're going to pay for food. We just, you got to be able to live. You got to be able to take care of your family. So depending on how it looks, if we don't have any breathing stuff, people know that I won't support it. But if it's fair, which I'm sure they're doing the best they can, because we're at $1.5 million, obviously I will do my best. But I think we need a breathing room, because everything's going up and no money, no salaries are going along with it. Golf course hotel. So this project, I'm not going to say a whole lot about it because there's things moving around, but bottom line, it's moving at a snail's pace. I know all of us are disappointed, and that's the way it is, unfortunately. But the overall issue is money, and it's an extremely costly project. I expect there will be more new news on the next 2 or 3 months about things happening, but I'm not going to tell you things that I don't know for sure. So in 2 or 3 months, we should know more of the direction and how it's going to happen, or how it's going to move, or what's going to move. But I don't know that now. So at the next meeting of this nature, or before, you'll know. Okay, moving right along. We're doing good, guys. Victory Temple. I'm going to let Danny Bakewell talk about Victory Temple.
Throw me under the
They will throw you under the bus.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Great to see everybody. So I'll give you two, and David already instructed me to be real quick, so I'm going to roll through these. So Greater Victory Temple, we did our first round of plan checks. We made all of our plan corrections. We have resubmitted to the city. I suspect within the next probably 2 weeks, we will get a set of plan comments back. Usually takes us anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks to incorporate those comments into the plan. That will also be at the point at which we can bid it. We are under the plan to break ground end of September, early October. For those of you who don't know what Greater Victory Temple, it's an apartment complex, 21 units of all very low income housing that's going to be built in the parking lot of Greater Victory Temple Church. It's going to be 7 studios, 7 one-bedrooms, 7 two-bedrooms. So they just kind of stack up right above each other. That's it. It's going to be all very low-income housing, and it's part of our ability to be able to buy some units or build some units off-site as part of the campus town development. And part of what I really like about it is the fact that we'll be able to do that a lot faster than we have Campus Town. So the first units that will get delivered at Campus Town will probably be the 21 units of very low-income housing. So,
before you go on with the next topic,
yeah,
I should have. So we're going to go with some questions here.
Okay.
Going to bring the police chief up, and then bring you back for Campus Town.
Okay, that'll work.
So do you have any questions?
Any questions regarding Greater Victory?
Going once, going twice.
I have one.
Yes,
Who will be the landlord?
The Greater Victory.
Okay.
We are building the building. We're not buying the land. We don't have we have a contractual relationship, but the owner of the building, when it's finished, will be Greater Victory Temple Church. It won't be Danny Bakewell or KB Bakewell or anybody else. Once we build it and deliver it, and we've covered it in terms of construction warranty, the owner of the complex is the church.
any other questions? See, no, is that Jonathan?
Yes.
No, we're not going to ask questions from anybody that's related to a campaign person. But thank you for thinking about the question.
Sorry, John, that wasn't me.
We are not asking any campaign managers to ask a question, because I'm trying to be objective as we can. But that's the ground rules set forth.
Oh, speaking of that, let me chime in real quick, just so I can clear this up. Anybody who's heard that, I am not Lisa Mitchell or anybody else's campaign manager.
Right.
Just so everybody knows, I've heard that from about 5 or 6 people. I'm not council. I've met with every person running for council, from my friend Lacey Raak to Ken to Rita to Lisa. I've met with Alex. I've met with Ian. I am a voting citizen of the city of Seaside. All of you kept asking, when are you coming back? I came back last July. I now live in the city of Seaside. I am registered to vote in the city of Seaside. My driver's license says I live in the city of Seaside. I am a Seaside resident. So anytime you hear me talking about campaign, that is strictly me as a citizen being supportive. And I'm supportive right at this point of all the candidates. So I just want to clear that up, since Dave said no conversation from campaign managers. I am not a campaign manager for anybody, and I just want to clarify that.
Okay, our next speaker is the police chief, Borges. Can you come to the front of the room? We have a wonderful police chief that does great things in Seaside. He's always believed in the nice police chief.
I'm going to move around, so if you are trying to film everything, I'm going to make it really tough for you, not on purpose, I promise.
Do what's natural.
My name is Nick Borges. I'm going to give some brief updates of some things, and I want to really take some questions from you. I don't want to take up your time and just sit here and tell you that we're great and everything's perfect, because there's always room for improvement. But I have a very short list here of some things I do want to talk about. Number one is tomorrow at City Hall lawn, we're having a very large national night out. It's going to be a great event. We've been publicizing that for quite some time, but it'll be a great opportunity for families to come together before school starts. We're going to have some barbers out there cutting hair. We're going to have trucks that kids can climb in and out. We're going to have Paw Patrol coming out here to meet some of the kids. It's going to be a great event to come out and interact with each other. So please try to attend that if you can. 4 o'clock, 4 to 7, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I also want to highlight our CHAMP program. That is our cadet program, and what we've been doing for the last year and a half is gathering youth here in Seaside and trying to help them, give them life skills and teach them a variety of things that we do from public safety aspects. But our program has really grown tremendously. We have 2 of our cadets who have graduated high school, who have been accepted to universities, and it's really a positive not just for the youth of Seaside, but it's very positive for our police officers to have more interactions with our youth that are positive in mentorship style capacities. So this program is really unique to the entire county. There's other cadet programs, but nothing is like CHAMP. And CHAMP stands for Change, Hope, Accountability, Mentorship Program. So we're really proud that we launched that here at Seaside. Car Week is among us. Car Week's going to get started, so just some safety tips for everybody. If you stay home as well, you stay home. Come to our events though. Stay home and then come down to our events. But it's going to be busy all over the county. And just remember, if you want to do any shopping or if you have big things you need to do them ahead of time, pre-planned, because there's going to be a lot of traffic delays. And what else do we have here? Fireworks, I don't know if that's something you guys want to hear about. That's a joke. That's a joke. Fireworks. So fireworks, I know there's mixed debates in the community. There are people who get really upset at us because we're very assertive in the way we enforce. But we try to do as fair as possible. But a lot of you have also shared with us the frustrations of illegal fireworks and how disturbing it is to you for a variety of reasons. We have really stepped up our game. I talk about this every time we had a town hall, But I'm telling you, the city of Seaside, I'm not even gonna say PE, the city of Seaside does more to address illegal fireworks than any other city that I'm aware of in the country, okay? There's one other place in California, I was at a conference 2 years ago, and they said, we issue $250,000 in fines, and the crowd just erupted in applause. And I went up to this agency, I won't say their name, but I went up to this agency, and I said, how many have you collected of the 250? And they said, none, we don't know when he pays these things. I'm like, well, you just misled everyone, that it's so great. Now you look at Seaside, you look at the city attorney's office, and what Ms. Sherry Damon has done from her standpoint, just this year, or last year alone, over 50,000 have been collected in fines for Seaside. So we're really taking a stance, but you'll notice, when we do these things, we're not trying to be heavy-handed with this community. We always try to educate. We've been educating for years, but even every year we start early and we start putting these warnings out here. Hey, please don't do this. Here's the safety things. Here's the enforcement piece. Here's the fire department stuff. We always try to educate our community because it is not about we're trying to catch everybody. We just want the behavior to be reduced. So those are the things. The other hot topics that are out there, number one is license plate readers are a very hot topic in the nation. And I can't speak for every city. There's legitimate reasons why community members feel that there's privacy violations. And I don't want to sit here and argue any of those things. What I can tell you is those things do happen. They don't happen in Seaside. They haven't happened in Seaside. We do not have facial recognition. We're not following people to the stores. We are using license plate readers for criminal acts only. That is it. So if you pass a camera in Seaside, your license plate is, a photograph of your license plate is taken, and 30 days later that data has disappeared. It's gone. Nobody owns that data after 30 days. After some really good discussions I've heard from people on both sides of the discussion, I may look at reducing the amount of time we store data, because 30 days is the standard. We may reduce that, because my intent is if there's a crime that happens today outside here and it involves a vehicle, I think maybe 2 weeks is a reasonable amount of time for somebody to report the crime and us to start researching. Maybe 30 days is too much. Maybe we'll be the leaders in this discussion and try to reduce some of these things to limit some of the privacy concerns. But we're working very hard to keep Seaside safe. If you attended the city council meeting a couple of months ago, or a few months back, you can see how dramatically crime is reducing here in Seaside. We're working very hard. We are far from perfect. And with that, I'll take some questions.
So let me go here first. Yes, sir.
On the counter question, I think the fear that people have is that the data is being shared with federal agencies, including ICE. What can you say?
Right, so the question is, another concern is that data is being shared with federal agencies to include ICE. And that is one of the major concerns. In fact, that was the core concern when the privacy issues came out. We do not, in the state of California, there's laws, there's Senate bills where you cannot share. The concern where we have to be careful in Seaside, and we are, and we have to audit, is there's something that's happened in loopholes called double sharing. That means if you're a California police agency and I'm a California police agency, and I agree to share data with you, which by the way, I want to explain what share data means. That means if somebody is wanted for a felony crime or somebody's a missing person, or an example I can give you that's a real one is, let's say somebody says they're going to kill themselves, and we know what car they drive, and they say, I'm just driving away, I'm going to kill myself, I don't want to live anymore. And we want your life to be safe. We can enter your license plate of your vehicle that you left into a system, and if we share data with your police agency, let's call it the city of Monterey, then if that vehicle is traveling in the city of Monterey, it's going to alert them that there's a suicidal subject that's driving away and something that they can pay attention to. If it's a crime, it's the same thing. The double sharing occurs and has occurred in the state of California where I share with you and now a federal agency needs something in Seaside. This hasn't happened in Seaside, I'm using an example. They go to you and say, hey, you share with Seaside? Yeah, we do. Can we access your data? Of course you can. And now I'm saying I don't share with federal agencies, but you do. And you, number one, it's illegal if you're a California agency. You can't do that. And there's been some cases that have happened which draw legitimate concern of people having privacy issues. So what we do is we audit our stuff weekly. We make sure we're developing a contract, and this is in partnership with our city manager's leadership. We're developing a contract now with agencies that they cannot double share with anybody. You share with us directly, and we have very strict rules. We can audit, and if there's any breach of that, we can discontinue any type of relationship we have with these agencies. Our goal is Seaside. We want Seaside to be safe. I want everywhere to be safe, but Seaside is number one.
Let's go over here.
I was just curious if there's any preliminary results on the 4th of July and all of the proactive steps you've taken leading up to it. Is there anything, number of citations or?
Yes, so the question is the 4th of July, basically after action. We're going to be presenting that to City Council. We're scheduled for the second meeting this month of August to present that publicly. But I'll share a little bit with you, and the city attorney's here, so she may catch me if I'm incorrect. But the last I checked, we were somewhere in the ballpark of around $45,000 to $47,000 in fines that were issued this year. We really had some hot spots. So when you guys were calling, if you were the members calling, we were at these hot spots. We had a variety of drones up in the air. We had patrol officers on the ground. So there was one way up by the bridge area where it kept going off, and around 11 o'clock it was going off really bad. There's a location there, and I don't want to burn this location out of respect of our community, but that one property has $4,000 in citations that they're dealing with at this moment. So we're there. We try to do live updates to show you guys what we're doing, because one of the things that really frustrates me as a police chief is when I hear things saying, you guys aren't doing anything about this. And I'm thinking, no, we're doing more than you could possibly imagine. And it's not just fireworks. I don't want to pretend like we're just utilizing resources to address fireworks, because if we have other issues like traffic accidents or burglaries or vandalism or whatever it may be, we will put the same amount of resources. So we do take advantage of other issues that could be happening within the community that are public safety concerns. If we have that many resources, we'll try to address those too. As an example is DUIs. We put a post out recently about DUIs. We have so many DUI arrests. It's actually sad to me to see how many DUIs are occurring regularly. One night, and this is when I finally said we got to post something and really educate the public here. We had four DUIs in Seaside in one shift. I don't mean like a 24 hours. I mean in a 12-hour shift. 4 DUIs, and that's just what's out there. So we address a lot of these issues when we have those, but there will be a full report with more details of everything that we did and some of the technology that we used and some of the results to that come up soon.
No, I'm sorry that squeeze up that ground a little in the beginning. Yes, sir.
Hi. Hey, Chief. I just have a couple of concerns. I have a business on Fremont. I've been there for 47 years. And from Fremont to Sonoma is the same as Laguna Seca if you want to race. And it's constantly, just every day, motorcycles, rice rockets, whatever. It's just a complete race track. And also the motorcycles. And what used to happen is they used to sit on the corners, the officers, and would catch these guys. So what they do, they get right there and they look and then they hit it again. So no one's there. And the crosswalk is there. And we've had accidents there with people walking. It's just a matter of time before someone gets killed. It's a lot of traffic going back and forth, ladies with babies and stuff. Maybe one lane will stop or one car will stop, the other car will keep going and looking. So that's my concern. And I have one other concern is Car Week. Last year, I took pictures of the cars, especially at the Porsche dealership and on Fremont. We try to tell the young kids, no sideshows, no burning and all that. But the guys come in their $1 million cars, no license plates, and they burn rubber all around. And I have pictures of them. And so you come down Del Monte, nothing but burn marks all around the Porsche dealership. Come down Fremont Broadway, same thing, and the kids are, clapping and making them do more. So my concern would be if the Porsche is sponsoring this car show and Exotics on Broadway is sponsoring that car show, who's going to be liable to make sure those marks are gone before daylight?
Great concerns. I think those are really great concerns. Speeding, tire marks, and some of those are really geared towards the city in general. But I hear your concern with the speeding. That's something that I can look into more. I'm familiar with speeding in Seaside. It's not just Fremont to Sonoma. It's Military, San Pablo, Fort Grove, Gilby, Kimball, Del Monte. There's a lot of speeding here. In part, There's a few different reasons I believe, but one of the things I do believe is if you drive in different cities, Seaside still has Fremont, Del Monte, General Jim Moore that are designed with wide space, 2 lanes, and you can go really fast. What you are seeing though in Seaside is an investment into traffic calming in problem areas as budget allows. So some of these areas you can already see, like Hillby, we still have some work to do. We've given a lot of feedback on those humps as people avoid them. But if you see some of these areas, the city is designing and painting and doing different, they call it road diet, I believe is what they call it, which is unique. But there's a lot of that stuff happening. I can't speak specifically to the burnouts. What I can tell you is this. Last year, we learned a lot. We towed multiple cars because we investigated, and we had people putting their videos all over social media, burning out at In-N-Out Burger and Home Depot and on Fremont. We found these vehicles and we towed them. Majority of them, you know where they were from? The city of Los Angeles. And we worked with CHP, we wrote search warrants, and they went down to LA, found the cars, and they seized those vehicles. Since then, we've invested in a lot of training. It's called the state bar training. It's not legal. Attorneys, this is the bar of the, and I'll forget the acronym for it, but it's essentially the, where you go when you have to inspect your vehicle with the state. The Bureau of Automotive Repair, I believe, is what it is, but I could be off on that. But basically, if you get a citation for having a modified vehicle, basically you're putting things in your engine and they go really fast, like the Fast and Furious movies. We have 14 officers that have been trained since last car week to inspect those vehicles and issue citations where they will have to go to the state of California to get those repaired if they want those vehicles to be legally registered. We have modified exhaust technology that we invested in. Very inexpensive, where we can actually measure decibels. And we're not doing this to every single car that's driving that sounds noisy. We're doing this to the folks that are disrespecting our community. We stop because they're burning out at a green light after they've been stopped at a red. Those are the ones that are getting our attention. We've invested in those. We're working with a lot of these businesses now to get certain parking lots shut off so that does not happen. And we're partnering with our local agencies, so we have a huge plan ahead for this car week. We don't know if it's going to be perfect. I'm sure there'll be things to tweak, but we're more prepared this year than we were last year, and your concerns are heard. Thank you.
Let's go with 2 more questions and move on. Yes, sir. You can't because you're a candidate.
Chief, I have a question about the fireworks. You know, I do appreciate all that the city has done in your department about the fireworks, but I noticed, I live on Vallejo, between Broadway and Mingo, and I called in because somebody was dropping a firebomb, you know, the ones that go boom. And I called, and then it happened again, another boom. And then I called again, and I said, you know, they're still letting these fire bombs off. And it seems like, I don't know, like they know that you call. And then they just let them off even more. And we're still getting those fire bombs. I mean, I live on Vallejo, and we are still getting those fire bombs. And I call, but I don't want to just keep calling and calling. I just feel like I'm a broken record. But, and I appreciate all that you're doing, I really do, but those fire bombs, they gotta stop. They are driving me insane, because they're at night. They're in the middle of the night. They're in the morning hours, and it's too much.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything you said, and those are problems. And when you say you're calling, I hear you saying this is happening just regularly, like on a nightly basis. When you call for those ones, the big ones in the street, was that on the 4th, or was that happening
No,
since
it was
then?
after the 4th, yeah,
Okay.
every night.
So why don't we
And it
do,
is
why
almost
don't we
every
do
night.
this, because we got a lot to do. Focus on a simple question, give them a chance to answer it, rather than commentaries about how bad fireworks are, which they are.
So
And
what could be
Marie
done
Pagan?
about that?
Huh?
What could be done about that?
I just want to say to you that I want you to keep calling, because we're not perfect, and I said at the beginning of this, we are not perfect, and I cannot guarantee that no crime will be happening or no boom will go off. What I can guarantee is that if you call and you're not happy with your response, I will look into it, make sure you're happier the next time. Keep calling us, don't give up on us, please.
Anne Marie Pagan?
First of all, I want to say thank you. This 4th of July was 50% better than last year. My question is, are we having an increase of this, what they call NOx? Have you noticed it here in Seaside, or is it just in the outside agencies are experiencing it?
What?
the nitrous oxide,
You're talking with vehicles?
with people having this in their car, that they're sniffing this nitrous, is it nitrous
The
oxide?
nitrous?
Yeah.
I haven't seen an increase in that. The increase that we have seen, which is actually starting to decrease, is fentanyl. With that being said, this year alone, I reported, I think there was, I hope I'm not wrong in this information, but I think there were 3, or maybe there was 2 or 3 overdoses that our police officers, because we all carry Narcan, they saved some lives, and I reported that out to the public, and the next morning there was another one. So I can't remember if it was 2 and then 3 or 3 or 4, it may have been 4, but fentanyl still seems to be an issue. There's new drugs out that are coming out that we're trying to keep up on. We talk about it once a month at our youth prevention violence meetings. We talk about the different trends. We have a lot of people at the table that discuss what's happening, but I have not seen an increase in that.
Okay, so moving right along. Over here. And then we're going to go one more here. And real quick if we can, because that's got to happen to get this completed. So you can all go to bed. Okay?
Yeah, just concerning the fireworks funds, please correct me if I'm wrong, the perspective, $100,000 are going to go back into the police forfeiture fund. Really just asking if you guys have discussed on what you plan on using the money for.
The fireworks fund, you would ask it forfeiture?
The funds collected from the fireworks citations, I'm assuming that they go back into the police forfeiture fund?
No. That goes directly to the general fund. The police department gets 0 out of that. We spend our budget to police that. We get none of that funding. And we want to be very clear, we never want to issue citations or seek fines to have any form of a profit or to balance out because we spent this much so we have to issue this many tickets. That's not how we operate. But nothing is coming into our forfeiture funds, nothing's coming into our budget directly. We pay out of our budget, we pay out of our overtime, we track everything, report to the city. The city handles it. Once we issue the citation, our city attorney and her team, which is really one other individual, when I say team, she's doing this with one other individual, but Ms. Damon is just going 100 miles an hour. She handles everything from there, and where the funds go, we never see it.
What do you do with all the fireworks that you see?
That's, again, we're going to stay focused on here, and then we're going to go on to a different, we got one more question.
I'll answer it.
And if we have-
We don't fire them off. Everyone's police are having a party in Laguna Grande. I said, nobody told me.
Yeah,
The fire department handles
okay,
it. The fire department.
we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go here and call it.
Regarding speeding, really quick.
Because he has to go home with his kids, and that's important.
I know. We got a lot of speeding issues in town, right? Your license plate readers, is there a system that a license plate reader can catch them speeding? And is there a system like that you can put up your license plate reader that catches them speeding, and we'd have lots of revenue in town?
The answer is very simple, no. Speeding would be considered an invasion of privacy if somebody speeds, and it's not a crime that raises high enough for the police to have some form of a surveillance. So we do not do that. And there's only 5 cities in the state of California on a pilot period that have traffic speeding cameras, San Francisco being one of them.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. When you start to put in cameras to monitor those type of things that are considered infractions, that is, I mean, a lot of people think that's an overstep of privacy. We are using these for crime. Now, if you speed and crash into a car and you drive away and somebody has $8,000 of damage, we're going to use those cameras.
Okay. Thank you, Police Chief, for all your work. In my history, the illegal fireworks have gone down from 20, 30 years ago, way beyond 50%. It was almost quiet this year, so thank you for all you do. I got to introduce a few people because I forgot, and they arrived at different times. Rosalind Green, Wendy Askew, Red Nathaniel, Bobby Maxwell, Jerry Damon. I think I saw, if I'm wrong, I apologize. Mary Ankerbone from Sand City, I thought I saw her. And Rita Burks. And well, we've already, and Rita Burks is here. Okay.
And Wendy.
And Wendy Askew, I think I said. I'm staying away from labels because of the political atmosphere. I'm just, they're wonderful people. You know who they are. They all do good stuff. But we're keeping it very as non-political as humanly I think. Danny's going to talk a few minutes about Campus Town. That's in a few minutes.
All right, I'm gonna make this quick. One thing I just thought of real quick to your question about who's gonna own Greater Victory. For those of you who don't know, when we did Seaside Highlands, we did 12 units of affordable housing on behalf of Salvation Army, which is the 12 units of housing right there at Contra Costa. That is where I got the idea to do the same thing for Greater Victory. Just like Salvation Army owns those buildings that we built on Contra Costa, same thing. We're building these buildings. We built those buildings. We gave them to the Salvation Army, and we built them on their land. They own them. They've been operating them for well over 20 years now. Same model for Greater Victory. So just so everybody knows where that came from. Campus Town. For those of you, you will start hearing this. Part of our marketing study said Campus Town doesn't really tell people what they are moving into. So the name is gradually changing to Pacific Landing at Seaside. So that is going to be, so if you hear Pacific Landing, it's Campus Town. It's just a different name that's going to happen. So and it's Pacific Landing at Seaside. Great news. This week, we are breaking ground on our model home complex. In fact, we're breaking ground tomorrow. I had a subcontractors meeting today, and they are going to be starting. That sidewalk slab, within the next 2 weeks, you will start seeing us go vertical, and you will see 5 buildings start growing out of the ground. That is going to be the opening of the model home complex. We are on a 100-day schedule to get that model home complex up and running. So we're shooting to have it open and go to sale sometime right about the end of October. So that is before that I will come, you'll hear about pricing and all that. If you ask about pricing, I honestly can tell you, I really don't know it just yet. But it is coming, model home complex, you will see the buildings coming out of the ground. That's phase 1A, which is everything from General Jim Moore all the way down to First. Phase 2A or 1B will come after that. We're not quite sure, but that is where myself and the city manager and everybody is now working to begin to develop the next phase of that. So that is where we are. But there'll be 242 units for sale within the next 4 months. So those 242 units, and they're going to be everything from townhomes to some single family detached. It just depends on what product you want to when we're going to be delivering. And we're basically going to start at First and work our way up to General Jim Moore. So that's what you're going to see. But you will start seeing vertical housing coming out of the ground within the next 2 weeks. So, any questions? Yes, sir.
When the houses do come up for sale, when will we be able to find the applications?
Okay, so what will happen is, probably within the next 30 days, our website will go live. You will then be able to register and put your name on the waiting list. There will be 2 different waiting lists. You can be an individual who is interested in just buying a house. There will be that list. We will then also probably, shortly thereafter, we will open up the waiting list for those people who are interested in buying a moderate rate affordable unit. In phase 1, there are 4 of those that are going to be in the very first. 1 is going to be in our very first deliveries. Those are going to be for more like workforce, someone, teachers, and we are putting in place priorities. Seaside residents, people who work in Seaside, first responders, those are going, and school teachers, I'm saying first responders, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's essential workers. So all of those people had to keep working during COVID while everybody else was at home. Those, the essential workers, nurses in particular, school teachers, all of those people who still were working. So we are going to try to make it where those people get more of an opportunity to buy some of these workforce units. And more details will come. We're literally writing it as we're talking right now. We're stealing some ideas from people, and we're putting other things in place.
Yes, sir.
The first set of homes that are being built are 240 units. Isn't the 10% housing rule make it at 24?
There's 21 units of very low income units that are going at Victory Temple.
Okay, and what about the rest of campus down in total? Will there be more affordable units there?
There will be, yes. In total, we have to meet the 20% affordable housing requirement. In every phase, we cannot go to the next phase until we have met the 20% in the first phase. So we can't tell anyone, well, those are coming later. Every phase that we move to, we will deliver the 20% requirement for affordable units as we move to the next phase.
Let's go on to another question. Any more questions? Going once. Yes, ma'am.
Is the Victory Temple those housings connected to Campus Town?
Yes.
Is that the allocations
Yes,
split?
so we are allowed, as per city code and as per our specific plan, we can do up to 45 units off-site. Okay, we can do up to 45 units off-site. So this will be part of our that 21 is going to be part of our 45, and there'll be some other ones as we move into other phases. I know where the other units are, but I don't want to necessarily put that out there till we get to that phase.
Okay, any more? Going once, going twice, gone. Thank you very much. Okay. And Danny's always around, or Mr. Bakewell's always around. If you want to ask questions down the road or want to get contact, he's very availability bound for the city. I'm just going to go over some things simply. As far as improvements in the city that you are all wondering what's happening. On the streets, on the back of your flyer or your agenda, you will see the list of the streets that will begin sometime in, let's say, mid-October and be done by, let's say, early December. So those streets are the next streets that will be done in Seaside, okay, as far as allocation, okay? And I'm guessing here that's about $2 million, just those streets. Probably more, but let's say $2 million. And moving on. The bridge on San Pablo by Lincoln Cunningham, I was told will begin by June of 27, maybe before, but let's use that as a placeholder, June of 27. So the new bridge or enhancement of the bridge will begin by 2027. And I screwed up, no I didn't. Upper Broadway, that's going to start by the mid-October, take about 3 years to complete, I believe, and it's tied in safe routes to school, easier access. It's working with the school district very closely, making sure as many people can be happy as possible. Havana Solis pathways. I know a lot of people are concerned about that, including me. I was told that work will begin by January 2027 at the Havana Solis Parkway. Maybe before, but let's use January. There's, you may have noticed there's palm trees on Fremont Street. They will be lighted by December of this year. They turned them off. It broke in December of 2026. So that's kind of cool if you see them. It'll enhance, it'll increase safety, it'll make it a better look. It's all real positive. Lincoln Cunningham, the small playground, majority of that park is done. The small playground will be completed, I was told, by November of 2027. So that will be all done. And good news for the city, they made a commitment without a date to do Lincoln Cunningham, Havana Solis, and Stewart Park. So all of that will be done with the new walkway at Stewart Park probably by February or March of next year. So that's been done in 4 years. So for city government to get that much done in 4 years, that's quite significant. So they were very proud of that achievement and the work of everybody to move that along. Any questions on that, those simple stuff? We got a lot of power. Ms. Watts?
Still court, and we have a park right behind our house. The park is terrible. You can't even walk in the park because it's so lumpy. And I'm hoping that the city will do something about the park.
If that's Lincoln, Havana Solis, that's by January 27, it'll be done.
Oh, hey.
That's what I was told. And that's, yeah, that's a big window. So 2027 it'll be done. Any other questions on that? Going once, going twice. Good. Mr. City Manager, can you come towards the front of the thing? We have a great city manager. He's going to talk briefly about the main gate, and then we're going to go on to the feature fight. No. I should have it, please.
Yeah, so Main Gate is another exciting development opportunity here at Seaside. For those of you who know the Main Gate property, it's former corridor land located just north of Lightfire, west of 2nd Street, highway frontage. It presents a tremendous development opportunity for the future of this community. It's approximately 45 acres. It includes the 5-acre parcel for the Monterey County Superior Courthouse. And about a year ago at this time, we released a request for proposals for an interested developer. We got 4 responses. We had a 9-member committee that went through that. 5 internal members and 4 representatives from external stakeholders reviewed that, scored the committee per the RFP, and ended up recommending to the City Council selection of KB Bakewell Seaside Venture 2 as a developer for Main Gate. So KB Bakewell will be the developer. We then transitioned to negotiate an exclusive negotiating agreement with Bakewell, and we had entered into that agreement, which provides a period of time for due diligence, proceeding on an appraisal right now. We should have an appraisal back within about 90 days. And we're having early design concept meetings internally to prepare for the public input process that you all will see over the next year. So you will see public input design meetings. We anticipate having charrettes. We encourage everybody to be a part of that process to see what you want to see from Main Gate. From a city management perspective, it really truly screams our opportunities in the community to have a really good retail community adjacent to CSUMB, adjacent to the highway frontage, more of a dense development than we might be used to. We will have to have a minimum of 300 residential units, so there will be some vertical residential units combined into that. And really, again, we just look forward to working with this community over the next year to design a development that really makes sense for that parcel.
Good, thank you. Is there any questions on the main gate? Going well. Let's go in the back corner.
So there was a lot of noise about how you came to find the Bakewells to have that property. Can you kind of explain the 9-person process a little bit so everybody feels comfortable with that selection?
Yeah, sure. You know, cities when they go out for development process like this, they release a request for proposals. That request for proposals is a public document. It was, I believe, 50 to 75 pages long with all of how we were going to score those proposals when they came in, what the process would be. We received 4 proposals. So we had a 9-member committee, we had 5 internal staff members, and we had 4 external stakeholders representing former Fort CSUMB, and the County of Monterey Economic Development Department. So we really feel we got a holistic review of those proposals and ended up selecting through council recommendation the highest rated proposer, which was KB Bakewell Seaside Town Hall.
Okay, let's go over here and then
yes.
back there.
I was just wondering, when you redo that area over there, are you going to redo the street signals and, you know, like, for example, that stop sign, you know, that goes to the commissary? I mean, and, you know, the stop light is right there when you get off. I mean, I'd kind of like to see something change there.
Yeah, the development of this scale will require several traffic analysis and will require some improvements at those intersections. So we'll be working through that again over the next year. As, you know, a lot of that's going to depend on what the concept is and what design moving forward. So with the intensity and use of traffic, that will determine kind of what those intersections should be long term.
And will that carry over to General Jim Moore as well?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
excellent.
moving right along, this young lady here.
Yeah, I'm curious, is all your new development that's being built going to have the affordable units off-site? And why is that? It seems like that's a little kind of like singling out the low income.
I don't think that'll be, that's a case-by-case scenario, so there's no pathway that determines how many we'll have on-site or off-site. That's something in coordination with the developer we'll be working through.
So it's not a city policy?
No.
Okay, moving on. Yes, sir.
Concerning the charrette process, what kind of decisions will the community have responsibility for? Is it like just community amenities or?
Yeah, I think we'll open up concepts for the entire board to take a look at. So on the uses, the densities, the public amenities, I think we'll encourage input for all that.
Thank you.
Okay, going around. Wonderful, we're done. Thank you very much. He's making a lot of positive things happen and open into the community, and his door is usually open, and so stop by, but he is a difference maker in Seaside. So now the time for the talk and greet kind of a thing, low key kind of a thing. But let me tell you my process in creating this plan or lack of plan. So about 45 days ago, 2 months ago, we said, let's try this to give everybody an opportunity to speak, to meet you all, to do that. I reached out to about 20 to 30 people, say, is this a good idea or a bad idea? Hoping they would say it's a bad idea, but they all said it was a good idea. Then we talked to 3 or 4 of the candidates that we had heard rumblings of them running. We got, what do you think about this? They all said yes. When we put out the first information, I think it was the last week of June, we put out information. I based it on those that confirmed, because I can't assume people are going to show up, and I wouldn't want to not represent them well. When I heard they confirmed, I put them on my social media page, and that's the best I can do. So that's the process that we followed. We're going to keep this really simple. We're going to call the candidates that I'm aware of, and then we're going to do a really simple process. So Rita Burks, can you come forward? Rita, just come forward. You have a nice little hand for it. Wait for the altar. Ken Fittro. Karla Lobo. Lisa Mitchell. Lacey Raak. And I believe it's still Dennis Folk. Thank you. So in my hat, the green wavy hat, there's numbers. Pick out a number. We're going to give them 3, so you guys can think about the question for a second. We're going to give them 3 minutes only, not 4, not 5, 3. It's a simple question, and that they've already been asked, I'm sure. So, why do you want to be a council person? That's pretty basic. And name one goal in 4 years that you want to make happen. Please make that goal measurable. Examples of not measurable that you can accomplish is solving housing issues, water issues, or homeless issues. That is the region, that is Seaside, that is the team, the state. So no one person can solve those problems. Bringing forth tonight something that's attainable maybe, is bringing an idea forward that will increase business to Seaside. Creating a plan for more tourism in Seaside. Lead efforts to maintain our infrastructure, parks, streets, etc. Those aren't necessary. Those are something that I can see, or the council, or the residents can see. Something, just one. Doesn't got to be done, just one. And again, you got 3 minutes. After this, after you're all going to be polite, listen to everybody, be respectful. There'll be time for like shaking hands, meeting the candidates, being nice, and it's your time to network. And their time, if you have not met them, to meet them. They are all good people. This running for council, for me, is a challenge. It's good, but it's a challenge. It's a lot of investment of your dollars and times. They would not do it if they weren't committed to Seaside, because it's like a full-time job for 3 months, or it can be. So just know that, respect that, it's purposeful, meaningful, and they're doing it because they believe in our community, and that's all the candidates. So, we're going to start, and just come up when it's your turn right here, and Franco's going to give you a microphone. Who's number one? Do you understand the question? Really simple, right? And no questions or answers, just 3 minutes. Franco's going to time you, and then we'll pull you back, we'll tap you on the shoulder if you go too long.
Good evening. Thank you for having me this evening, Mr. Pacheco, and thank you for everyone spending your evening tonight. Well, I'm running not because I want a title, but because I've been paying attention. We have seen a lot of lack of transparency, lack of an accountability, and it's time for less talk and more results. Spending my entire career and also my life in Seaside, it's important to understand the dynamics that are coming into our city and those that still remain here. And so my goal is to continue the work that I did in the Parks and Recs Commission and bring facilities to Seaside that will encompass the needs of our growing city and the current needs. Being that facility, having an indoor basketball court as well as other equipment that we are needing as far as like space as well. So that's my tangible, along with my other priorities that I will bring forth for Seaside. One thing that I do want to make clear is that throughout the time that I've paid attention and listened to city council meetings, I've realized that the same issues come up consistently. And one thing that I've noticed from residents is they don't want to be talked to, they want to be listened to. And they want to understand and know what is going on in the city. You shouldn't have to question where your taxpayer money are going, and you shouldn't have to pay attention every time that there is an issue and not understand why that issue wasn't held accountable or someone stepped up and said, we did this. Right now, we're at a cusp where our city is growing. Our city is growing in numbers, and it's growing in just touching points. And so I've had the opportunity to work with C. Monterey to bring in more athletics into our city and turn it into a sports hub. We had the opportunity to bring in the Junior Olympics, the track and field Junior Olympics this year at NPC, and it was a phenomenal incorporation for what we already have with Monterey Bay FC, and hopefully in the future bring in AAU teams and make this a destination for sports. I'll end with less talk, more results. I think we're tired of hearing why we can't accomplish something while we see our neighboring municipalities continue to grow. I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you. Here's number 2. Lacey, very nice hand for Lacey.
It's really hot in here. Believe me, it's hotter up here than. Are we ready?
You're ready.
Okay, great. For those of you that I have not yet met, my name is Lacey. My last name is pronounced Rock, like rock and roll. And I have lived in Seaside for about 15 years. My husband and I are raising our family here, and we are dedicated public servants, all of us. I'd like to share 3 things that are really important to me before I get to the final or the second question. First, it will be very hard to find a Democrat who does not talk about affordability on this campaign. Affordability to me and to this campaign is 3 different things. It's housing, it's food, and it's childcare. And in particular, I want to point out in regards to housing that although most of us may own our own homes, 60% of Seaside are renters. And I care a lot about ensuring that rent is affordable. The second thing that I want to talk about is sustainable infrastructure. These are the things that make the city run, right? This is our streets, fixing our streets. making sure we have a strong police department, a strong sewer system. All of these things are really important, fundamental aspects of operating a city. And they're important to me. But I add the word sustainability in front of this because I also think about things like street trees. Imagine our downtown if we had revitalized it and not put all those trees on it. Those are a really important part of our infrastructure as well. The last thing that I want to talk about is community. And this is a little bit less tangible, perhaps, than the other two items I discussed, but it's really important, and I think about this in two different ways. I think about it in terms of commercial and residential. We have amazing small businesses that I love to visit, and I want everyone on the peninsula to visit. I want our storefronts full, and I want us to celebrate the diversity of our businesses. And when I think about residential community, I think about how as our community grows, there's these different aspects and areas of our community. There's Upper Seaside, there's the more central, dense area that I live in, there's Seaside Highlands, there's new development. But we are all one community, and I want us to feel and celebrate our diversity and the fact that we are one community. And I'm gonna perhaps set myself an easy, attainable goal, although I guarantee I will work on hard issues as well. But I would love it if we could double the amount of people that come to the FOSFA work days. This is an area that I have found a lot of community, that I connect with people, and I would love it if more people came. So I look forward to getting to know you, and please support my campaign. There are brochures on the way up. Thank you.
Lisa Mitchell.
Good afternoon. My name on the ballot is Annalisa Mitchell. So when I think about service, I didn't get in this race for service. I got in this race because service is something in this city that I've been doing my entire life. So,
respect for time.
Yeah. So I got into this race because service is something I've been doing in the city my entire life. When I think about this community as being a part of the third generation family, this campaign is not about me, it's about all of us. It's about our veterans, it's about our seniors, it's about our youth, it's about bringing all of us together, it's about our small businesses. These are the things that make Seaside really thrive. It's about even the person that shares the beautiful flowers on the corners of our local streets. These are the things that make Seaside so special in its diversity. And if I can champion one cause tonight among many, it would be the homelessness. When you hear about homelessness, you automatically go to that person has a behavioral health problem or that person has a substance abuse issue. And everybody that's homeless does not fit that category because the economy is bad. People need affordable housing. People need affordable child care. People need to be able to afford a pack of hamburger meat in the stores. Our small businesses are suffering because we as citizens in the city of Seaside do not visit our small businesses unless something is going on there. So we need to find a way to attract more attraction to our small businesses. And as the seniors that have lived here, our seniors that have lived here for decades, I mean upon decades, we stand on those shoulders. We stand on those shoulders, and it's up to us to make Seaside thrive. And as your council member, I'm not going to walk in the door and say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to what it is that you would have me to do, because Seaside is not me. It's all of us. All of us wear that slogan, I'm Seaside. Seaside is not this street or this person or that person. It's all of us. It's not one of us. It's all of us together, because we are better together. So our strongest foundation is our public safety. I appreciate what our chief said earlier. And if we have a safe neighborhood, all things are possible because safety is a priority. So That's what I'm running on. And I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to listening to you. And I have brochures somewhere as I'm just getting off the freeway from Bakersfield. Thank you.
Ken Fittro. Hi, my name is Ken Fittro. 40 years ago, I nearly made the worst decision of my life. I had just finished my master's degree in special education from the University of Nevada, Reno, and my choice was either to go and continue working with the state of Nevada for mental health and wellness programs, or to follow my future wife to the city of Seaside. Guess what decision I made? Ended up being the best decision of my life. I've raised my children here. I've grown 2 businesses here. I have committed the last 35 years to a swim program in the community that expanded out into the entire county. And I just retired from that, and retired a couple years ago from being a special ed teacher, developing 2 therapeutic intervention programs in 2 different districts. My entire life has been about service. Running for city council is an extension of that service. I do not see neighborhoods in Seaside. We don't have the Hillby neighborhood or the Broadway neighborhood. Seaside wasn't built that way. We're the most diverse community in the county. We have more than 60 languages that are spoken inside our community. We are a community, not a neighborhood. My intention as a city council member is to work with the rest of the council, to work well with them, to work with staff, to work with the community, to work with individuals. I believe in the flock camera is called a force multiplier. It multiplies its effectiveness to our law enforcement and to our community simply just by being there. The Village Project is a force multiplier. FOSPA is a force multiplier. The commissions in our community, NIC and the Recreation Commission, are force multipliers. My goal over a 4-year period of time is to get those force multipliers together to build a community with those force multipliers, which will build on our community. The goal over a 4-year period of time for me is to bring all of those force multipliers together so that we can start solving problems. That's what Seaside does. We solve problems. We don't sit back and watch other people solve problems. We do it as a community. That's my experience for the last 40 years. That's what I believe we do well. That's what we do best. We're movers, we're shakers, we're problem solvers. We move together as a group, and that's what I think we need to force. KB Bakewell is a force multiplier, okay? We need more of that. If we want to get development in this community, we need to hire an economic development director. We need to hire a community development director so we can continue to move forward. Thank you. Reverend Lusk is in the house. The last speaker is Mr. Dennis Folk. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, I'm Dennis Folk. I'm now market in Seaside. I've lived in Seaside since I was a baby. I'm 72 years old. I've always been concerned about Seaside. I've always been concerned about Seaside, and I truly believe that we can do a little bit better. Not that we've done bad, but I think we can do a little bit better. My main goal would be to try to bring in some kind of trade schools or something that we can keep some of our youth here in Seaside. We've lost a lot of our youth, and with better jobs for cheaper rent, things like that. And I think we can do a little bit better trying to keep some of our youth here. We have quality youth that leave Seaside because they just can't afford to be here. And I'd like to see some of that through trade schools or other avenues that would entice them to stay. I've done a lot for Seaside. I've worked with a lot of the parks and recreations. I've done things with the senior citizens, and I've been a foster parent and adoptive parent in Monterey County for well, about 40 years. So I just really believe that my heart and soul is with Seaside. And I also believe that we need to bring another kind of conservative vote and message to the council, because I don't think that the conservative vote is represented. So I'm going to ask for your vote. I'm going to prove myself if I get voted in, and I'm going to try to bring Seaside up to, you know, to where we can, our kids and stuff can afford to stay here. Thank you.
The next speaker is Rita Burks.
Hi, my name is Rita Burks. For those that don't know me, I've been fortunate to be appointed in 2022 to the City Council as the first Latina, being the only woman currently on there. A couple of things to just let everybody know. I'm a mother of 3. I've gone from being a military wife to being a single mom, so I know the pressures of the world. But more than anything, I know what it takes to be resilient and to keep on going. And really my goal is for us to continue the work that we've been doing. We're in a difficult time economically, emotionally. The stresses on our families and our community are at probably the highest they've ever been. So I really want to focus on public safety, working with not just our police department and fire department, so we're ready for any kind of emergency, but also providing safe spaces for our adults, our older adults, our youth, infrastructure. We know that our streets need work, but we also know that our facilities need to be improved, our sidewalks, and so just working to continue that work. Definitely wanting to work on housing, like Pacheco said, it's not a one-person thing, but we've got our housing collaborative we can work with. We have people that are investing in our community, like the Bakewells, and so just trying to really figure out, as a principal, I've been in education for 20 years now here in Seaside. Started as a kindergarten teacher, I've worked at every elementary school in Seaside, and so as a school principal for the last 10 years, more than anything, I know how to build teams, I know how to deal with challenging budgets, and I know how to strengthen and build relationships with my community. And so I feel all of those things are exactly what we need to continue to have Seaside grow, continue to be strong and to continue to strive and move forward. The one thing I think that's brought me the most success is the longevity I've been in, right, in the education system and even in the school system. So I think right now, with all the challenges we have, more than anything, the last thing we need is just someone to be new, to turn over. I mean, I appreciate the new views as well, but there's a huge benefit that comes with, for a youth council member, 4 years is nothing. It was all about learning, and so I'm hoping that now I can continue to use what I've learned and to move forward. And I'm here not just for the 20 single population. I'm here for our women. I'm here for being a representative of all. I have mixed children. I've got a diverse background myself, and so wanting to make sure that the voices that maybe don't have the time, not because they don't want to, but don't have the time to come to our council members, or our council meetings, are able to have a voice. So I go to our community. I meet my families where they're at, and I bring back what they need. And if I don't know the solution, I know resources that I can go to, whether it's other community members, or it's our city manager, our city attorney, and our council members. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank you very much for being here, but can we have a nice hand for all the cans? Can you all please stand up? Please step forward so they can all see you. These people really care about Seaside and the community. Please get an opportunity to talk to them. They're difference makers, I believe, and they care about you as individuals. Thank you. So, just a real couple, we are going to close the meeting out. Thank you so very much. This is probably our largest turnout in the past 12 years. And your participation, your input, your willingness to listen, and your behavior, your respect for all the candidates is so very important. And we appreciate all that you do, all that you will. Don't forget, tomorrow is Neighborhood Watch. Sunday is the last Sunday of Sunday Blues. Stop by. National Night Out is tomorrow at 4. So stop by St. Louis. They're a great community, all because of you. Thank you for what you do. Stop by and talk to the candidates. Don't let them go without shaking their hands. We got about a half hour to do that. So thank you very much for all you do. Thank you.